Hello students. Now we already know the basic concept of what a graphical method is. We have a fair idea on how to draw the table to find the points to be plotted on the graph paper so that we get a straight line, right? Now it's time for us to actually start solving simultaneous equations graphically. The question is x plus y is equal to 6, x minus y is equal to 4. Let's learn the graphical method now, right? The first equation given is x plus y is equal to 6. The first thing that we need to do is, it's not compulsory, it is just a step that we have designed. Like how we used to do in elimination by substitution, write the equation in the form of either x is equal to something or y is equal to something. Basically, by shifting the larger coefficient variable to the other side, something which we had learnt in the elimination by substitution method, right? Now here it is x plus y is equal to 6. So both the variables are having equal coefficients. So you can shift one of the two variables to the other side. Let's say if we shift x to the other side, we get y is equal to 6 minus x. We write it in the form of y is equal to something. After this, just draw a table in which it will be like x, y, x comma y, right? Now whichever variable is there in the right hand side. Now here we have x variable in the right hand side. You can assume any 4 values of that variable, any 4 values which you can plot on the graph paper. That is important. It should be plottable. Okay. Now here x is in the right hand side. So let us assume any 4 values of x, whatever you all feel like. We generally advise 0, 1, 2 and 3. Simple values, easy to calculate. In most of the sums, 0, 1, 2, 3 are valid values, valid assumption, right? So what we did, first write it in the form of either x is equal to something or y is equal to something. Then whichever variable is there in the right hand side, assume any 4 values of that variable. We generally advise 0, 1, 2, 3. So here x is in the RHS, the right hand side. We assumed x as 0, 1, 2, 3. So we got 4 values of x. How did we get this? We assumed 4 values of x. Now how do you find the values of y? Simple, we already know. We substitute these values in the given equation. So let's substitute. First let's substitute x is equal to 0. When you substitute x is equal to 0, you get y is equal to 6 minus 0, you get y is equal to 6. And you get your first point, that is 0, 6, right? Which you will be plotting on the graph paper. Let's move on to the second value. When x is equal to 1, y is equal to 6 minus 1. So y is equal to 5 and you get the point 1, 5. Now x is equal to 2, y is equal to 6 minus 2, y is equal to 4 and you get a point 2, 4. When x is equal to 3, y is equal to 6 minus 3, y is equal to 3 and you get a point 3, 3. So you get 4 points, plot them on the graph paper, you will get the straight line. Now let's repeat the same with the second equation given to us, which is x minus y is equal to 4. Shift one of the variables to the other side. Here it is better to shift minus y to the other side because then it will become plus y, right? So you get x is equal to 4 plus y. Draw the table. In the table x, y, x comma y. Variable on the right hand side is y. So assume any 4 values of y this time, because y is in the right hand side. So the 4 values are 0, 1, 2, 3. Substitute these values in the given equation and get the 4 corresponding values of x. So when y is equal to 0, x is equal to 4 plus 0, which is 4. So you get a point 4, 0. When y is equal to 1, x is equal to 4 plus 1, that's 5. You get the point 5, 1. When y is equal to 2, x is equal to 4 plus 2, which is 6 and you get a point 6, 2. And when y is equal to 3, x is equal to 4 plus 3, that's 7 and you get a point 7, 3. Once you complete the table, now let's move on to the graph. Graph, if you all remember, I had told you during introduction of graphical method that you need to make the graph paper ready like this. Lines, axis, origin, scale, and don't forget to write the question number. Question number should be on the white part of the graph paper and it should be with a pen. Everything else should be on the green part of the graph paper with a pencil, right? Now let's start plotting the points. Let's plot these 4 points first of the first equation, that is x plus y is equal to 6. The first point to be plotted is 0, 6 and 0, 6 x coordinate is 0, y coordinate is 6. So it's 0, always start from the x axis and move towards the y axis, right? So 0, comma 6 is a point on the y axis, right? 1, comma 5. So start with 1 on the x axis and move towards 5 on the y axis. So 1, comma 5 would be in the first quadrant, right? 2, comma 4, again 2, comma 4 in the first quadrant, and 3, comma 3, start with 3 on the x axis, move towards 3 on the y axis, that's 3, comma 3 on the first quadrant, right? You can see all the 4 points are collinear, join them, and don't forget to write the equation on the line. And which equation is to be written? Whichever is given in the question. That is important, right? Now let's move on to the second set of points. Let us plot it on the graph paper. The first point is 4, comma 0. 4, comma 0, because the x coordinate is 4 and y coordinate is 0. 4, comma 0 will be the point on the x axis, right? 4, comma 0. 5, comma 1, 5 on the x axis, 1 on the y axis, 5, comma 1 in the first quadrant. 6, comma 2 again in the first quadrant, and 7, comma 3 again in the first quadrant. Join them. Don't forget to write the equation on the line as written over here, x minus y is equal to 4. Now both the lines you got, you can see the point of intersection. You all can see the point of intersection here is 5, comma 1, and because the point of intersection is 5, comma 1, on the main answer sheet below the table you will write the final answer, and that is the solution of the given simultaneous equation is x, comma y, which is equal to 5, comma 1. As simple as that.